Hello good people, and welcome to Nerdgasm, the show where you can let your video game fixations run wild. There's always that one game that we just can't wait for its release. Whether it's the new Call of Duty, the new Halo, or the new Gears of War, whatever it is, there's that game that we just can't stop looking into, and slowly our fascinations turn into an obsession that consumes our every thought. But that's okay. Consider this
a safe zone for all your video game fantasies.
Each episode, we're going to look at an upcoming game and why it gives us a nerdgasm. In our first episode, we're going to be exploring The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a third-person action-adventure survival game developed by Naughty Dog, who also developed the Jak and Daxter games as well as the popular Uncharted series. The Last of Us is set 2 decades after a cordyceps fungus has taken over several cities throughout the United States, causing a modern plague that has killed millions. The remaining survivors are brought to quarantine zones under the US military's control, and Joel, a merchant of the black market and the main character of the game, has promised an old friend that he will bring a young teenage girl named Ellie away from the military sovereignty to a resistance group known as the Fireflies. But during their journey, they are forced to defend against impending scavengers who are looking to pillage Joel and Ellie, but they also have to look out for infected humans who live outside the quarantine zones and want to further spread the contagious disease. And as if the problems weren't bad enough, the military is trying to find Ellie and bring her back under their control. Now, there are many reasons why this game has people in a nerdgasm. The location of this game is going to be a crowd pleaser because it takes place on the home front in the United States. Any game that we can identify with and say, oh hey, I've seen that place, or oh yeah, I've been there before, just adds another level of realism, and nowadays, a certain level of realism is wanted in most games. Another reason is the audio. Stage 3 infected humans, known as clickers, will find you not through sight, but through an ability called echolocation. And this basically means they locate you by sound. So if you step on a bottle, or knock something over, or even reload your gun, these creatures will hear that and hone in on your locations. And this is going to cause players to think twice and be cautious about their movement throughout the game. The next reason to gasm is because of something called wide linear gameplay. Linear gameplay means that there's only one defined way to go from point A to point B, but the developers are describing this game as a new term, wide linear, which means that although there is a defined path from point A to point B, the way you take that path is up to you. You can be stealthy and move in a tactical fashion around your opponents, or you can go through guns blazing and just unleash havoc on everyone. The choice is yours, and it's an element like this that gives the game tons of replay value. My personal favorite feature about this game is the realistic AI. In most games, enemies are stationed to one spot or even a zone, but the enemy AI in The Last of Us is going to respond based on how the player is essentially playing the game. For example, instead of enemies shooting at you every 15 seconds or so, if they hear that you're reloading a gun, they might try to rush in on you. Or if you're behind cover shooting at one guy, another enemy might come around and try to flank you. So this dynamic AI is a new concept that will not only make this game a little more difficult, but it's going to keep players on their toes. So take all that, mix in a fungi jungle that grows as the game is being played, and what you get is a game that's going to make the player interact with every aspect of the environment instead of just what's directly in front of them. Unfortunately, The Last of Us is a PS3 exclusive, so Xbox players like myself won't be able to play it, but it does come out next month, so guys, let me know. Does this game give you a nerdgasm? Alright, if you enjoyed the first episode in this series, let me know by leaving a like or a comment. This is a new series, so I would really love some feedback on ways that I can make this better and more enjoyable for all of you. I should have another new series coming to you guys later this week, so stay tuned for that. But until then, guys, take care.